Hey y'all. So my name is Diamond Stylz. I want to talk about the Rittenhouse verdict. I usually go live at 7, but I had a transgender awareness week event to go to. And yeah, so I was at that. It was amazing. House of Mahogany threw a what would I call that? What do you call things that are you Um, it's a lot of poetry. People do poetry. People do singing. Like not a talent night. That's too generic. But it was more fancy than that. It was in a theater. It was like a talent night, but more elevated. If that's the best way for me to describe it. It was amazing. It was some great artists, great poets. Some of them wasn't that great. There were some people that were like, "Don't quit your day job," but then there were some people who are amazing. So, um, yeah, it was Mahogany Project is a nonprofit here in Houston that does amazing work around queer people and really centers transness. And we have had them. We have had their executive director on my channel, Vernis McFarlane. Um, Last year, Marsha's Plate won the Frida McFarlane Ally Award last year. So it's that time again. We will be giving this year's winner on Sunday. And so they really do a lot of work in regards to centering trans folks and really um supporting community. So um I'm always so excited to be one of their events. Hello. Hey everybody. Hey Miss B. Hey Marissa. Hey Ty. So yes, I went to one of their events. I think that the next time they have one of these talent events, I'm gonna do like a couple of my songs. I feel like I've been trying to I'm really trying to get into my music and I'm getting more confident. Um People be out here doing music and they be sucking. And they be so confident in their suckage. And I be like, God, like y'all really up on this stage giving it your heart and you have zero talent. And then my ass who has, some talent. I be so like scared. I be so scared and nervous. And I think because my standard of singing, I don't fit what I consider a great singer. I think I can sing, but what I consider the greats, I can't do the shit that they do. And so I'm like, so a part of me is insecure in that regards. So not that I don't think I can sing. I just, I'm not, I'm not I don't consider myself one of the greats. You feel what I'm saying? So so I have to get comfortable with just, doing what I can do. And when I see people who really can't sing, like this ain't your talent, baby, or you're not really an artist. This is kind of boring, or you off key, or you what up, all that kind of stuff. I'd be like, you are so confident, and you're on this stage, and you like doing a thing, and you suck, bro, or ma'am, and but you got all this confidence, and particularly tonight, I was inspired because this one person was giving it all they had and they were horrible, horrible. And I was like, oh my God, I need this kind of confidence. So I'm getting more, confident in that. If J-Lo can do it, you can. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all. I'll be excited to see you take music further. Yes, you are an amazing singer and artist. Thank you, boo. Hey, Camille. You are great at what you do there. Room for every type of singer. Facts. Um, Where did you go? I went to a it's called it was called Dear Marsha. It was like a talent show event thrown by Mahogany Project, and a lot of queer artists, and there was some that was fucking amazing. Um they recorded it, so y'all be able to see, and y'all tell me which ones y'all think was great. But it was thrown by Mahogany Project. It wasn't like it was a talent show, but it was kind of, they were in a elevated space. They weren't like in, some rickety. They was in a very. It was a very elevated event, and some of the artists were like amazing, but some of them were like cringy bad. Where you hear somebody singing or doing something, and it's like you off key and you don't have breath control, and this is just not it. the, yeah. Yeah, it was really, really good, Ty. It was really, really good. It was just like a very elevated space. It was at the Goody Theater, and if you've been there, that's like a really, really nice theater, like really, really nice. Um, and they had cupcakes and wine for about an hour before the show started, so everybody got to mingle and have fun and talk and chit chat. And then they started the show, and they had like about um 14, 15 artists, ranging from spoken word to singing to, they had a drag violinist that was fucking beat. She was, not only was she beat, but she was sickening. She did, I don't know what the first song she did. It was sickening, but then she did Whitney Houston, I will always love you on the violin, killed it. She was in this pink ass sickening gown while doing the violin. Beat, sickening, and the bitch could play her motherfucking ass off. She by was she my favorite? She got to be my top two in the event. Might be number one because she fucking killed it. Um, who else was really, really good? This artist from New Orleans. Her name is Angelina. Yes, Mother Angelina killed it. Killed it. Killed it. Um, there was this guy singer from New Orleans that really was singing down. Oh, there was this um I don't really know. I don't want to misgender that person, but um AFAB, masculine of center person, um and they were playing the electric guitar, and they were doing some cute songs. There was a girl that was doing like some reggaeton type of music, and she was really, really good. I'm trying to name all the good people. um, oh, this one person did like their rendition of Me, Myself, and I. Uh, it was really, really good. Who else? God, it was just really, really good. I loved it. Thank y'all. Y'all know how to come fly, sitting in the audience, feeling beat. uh yeah, it was really, really, it was good. Vernus knows how to throw a party. He knows how to make you feel welcome. He knows how to do his thing. So if you want to support a trans-led organization, definitely support Mahogany Project and go to their event. Their events is always amazing. Them and Normal Anomaly. You probably, if you don't know Normal Anomaly, is led by a queer man, but he always center transness, and always is looking out for the girls. Ian Haddock. He is he did an event on Monday that was really, really good. Um he's one of the people that, their organization is one of the people that Lil Nas featured on his Montero album when he was supporting different organizations. Normal Anomaly was one of them. It's really, really good. Alrighty. So what are y'all feeling? I don't have really no theme. I had a couple of cases I want to talk about, but what y'all feeling about this Rittenhouse bullshit? I ain't really surprised. You can't be, if you black, you can't be surprised at this shit. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be really surprised. And part of me is like, well, so like the Zimmerman case, Zimmerman surprised me because I don't know. I don't know why the Zimmerman surprised me. Not that I thought that this system was great, but for some I don't know why the Zimmerman. I just thought that he was gonna get got, and so that gagged me when he got off. This didn't gag me. This didn't gag me. I assumed that he was gonna get off just by how they were. I don't know how the judge and it just screamed that he was gonna go. Yeah, this didn't gag me at all. Yeah, this was not a gag. I felt like, oh, they about to let this little nigga slide. I thought things might be different after last year. No, no, it's not gonna be different. And I don't want to say anything that could get me in trouble, but look, let me say this. I'm not a killer. So I fully have it in me to kill somebody in the moment of anger. I totally know that I could be the person. I've been in that situation where I've shot somebody in the moment of anger. I've been in that situation. I I cannot. I'm not a person. It has to be spur of the moment. I don't think I'm a person that can just be like, oh, I just want to go and kill somebody. I don't think I'm that person. But in the spit of in the moment, in the heat of anger, definitely. Um, and you do something to my people, I can get impassioned and wear you out. I can see myself doing that. So I'm not, and I think most people are not that, oh, I want to kill, or I can kill somebody, I want to kill somebody. But the whites are emboldened, and they've been emboldened for a very, very long time. When we think about, hey, Nate Jean, um, hey, Lena. When we think they've been emboldened for a long time, when we think about the history, like think about the history, look about the Memphis riots of 1866. When we think of when we think of people just white people just being mad at things not going their way, and they do things just to assert their kind of authority and their power. Do you feel what I'm saying? Just because they are angry that maybe a case or some law change or whatever, there's always a group of white people that are emboldened to be violent, emboldened to kill people, to rape people, particularly femmes and women, because that is a form of power. That they like to enact on people. So we are particularly vulnerable to those types of acts in the past and now. Um, and so that part isn't new. That part isn't new. We see that when we talk about Frances Thompson. Remember the trans woman that was raped and attacked by her and her cisgender roommate. In 1866, yeah, I said 1866, a trans woman with her cisgender roommate, Lucy Smith, trans woman named Frances Thompson, and she testified against the men who raped her with 11 other women, testified against them in Congress. And 10 years later, when they found out that she was trans, a doctor had her locked up to see if she was a woman or not. And when they found out that she was born male, they tried to invalidate her testifying against those men. And in that case, they locked her up and sent her to prison, in the men's prison, and she died in prison while working on the chain gang and shit like that. So, but in their particular case, the white men was trying to upsert their power. They were trying to get their feel their authority back, because it was 1866, so people had just got over slavery. They had just got over slavery. um Not over slavery, but you know what I mean. Just abolished slavery, and they were mad about it, and so they wanted to let you know, you niggas are still niggas, and we are going to let you know by any means necessary, whether it be rape you, kill you, hang you, honey, whatever, beat you, whatever. Um, and it wasn't just black people. Anybody that was fucking, trying to save black lives. When we think about even white people, even white people can get murdered if you are, and the people get away with murdering you if you are protecting black lives. When we think about the Freedom Summer murders, the black boy was, I think, named Cheney, but the white boys was named Goodman and Swerner, and they were killed in Philadelphia by some fucking racist ass people. They were in their car and was killed because they were coming down. They were civil rights activists coming down to help with what was going on. Martin Luther King had said, like, not just black people, come down and help us fight this fight. And there were some people that answered the call. Another one of them people is going to be James Reeb, and then the woman named Viola Luizo. Her story was quite interesting because she was dropping people off at the Montgomery airport, and they pulled up on them while they was driving and shot in their car and killed them. And these are white people that the white people are killing just because they were in defense of black lives, which is the same thing that was happening with the people at the protest for that Rittenhouse killed. White people can get away with killing us in certain circumstances, a lot of circumstances. A really interesting part of Viola's story is that there was a mole by the name of Gary Thomas Rowe Jr., and he was actually an undercover informant that was working with the FBI, and he testified that he flipped on them and testified against them for to get them, and testified that they shot the shot that killed Viola, and they put him in a witness protection program, and to take, because the FBI put him in these multiple cases, because he wasn't just a part of like one case. This informant wasn't just a part of like one case. He was a part of the Freedom Riders deaths. He was a part of the Baptist church bombing with the four or five girls getting killed, or five girls getting injured, four girls getting killed. He was literally a part of the circle of Ku Klux Klan people that was doing that shit. Like, he was a part of it, but he was an informant of the FBI that planted him into the that planted him into the Ku Klux Klan so that he can disrupt them and so that he can use them and put them in do things to kind of disrupt the movements that were happening with black people, with the Ku Klux Klan, any kind of group. That motherfucking J. Edgar Hoover was not playing, as particularly with COINTELPRO. And so one of the things about Viola that was quite interesting is that in order to take the heat off of them for employing Roe as an informant in all these cases, they literally started lies on and fed politicians and the press lies about Viola, saying that Viola was a part of the Communist Party, saying that she was a heroin addict, and saying that she abandoned her children to have sexual relationships with African American men involved in the civil rights movement. And so they literally, the FBI, it's interesting that this has been common knowledge for black people, but now we're coming, the FBI being involved in the bullshit of our history is really coming to the fore. Look at the two black men that were falsely accused of killing Malcolm X, just got acquitted years later. One of them is dead, so he ain't gonna reap any kind of benefits from it. But one of them is still alive and old and been in prison for all this time, and now he's getting acquitted. And so we're just now seeing how the FBI played that. But it's funny how they spun it and really let the press and the politicians really eat up a lie about this woman who really was just coming down to help the civil rights movement. But because she was, she was on our side, black, up being for the black people to protect black lives, she got murdered as well. And another person is John Brown, who was American abolitionist. He has a movie coming out with Ethan Hawke playing him, um, the American abolitionist leader. He was anti-slavery. He was captured and executed when he was trying to. I think he was trying to do a slave rebellion, and it failed because motherfucking snitches and shit like that. Same thing with Nat Turner and Gabriel Denmark VC and Gabriel Proctor. It's always a motherfucking snitch that's gonna fucking snitch on you and stop the bullshit. um Let me see what y'all over here saying. I read for my trans people. Glad I was sent this video. I always say that Diamond, white people are given the wrong hero to look towards. They should be looking at the people who died fighting for equality and not at the founding fathers. Yes. And then it's crazy because one of the core tenets of our Constitution is being able to freedom of speech, that they love to parade around when they're saying something fucking stupid. But when it comes to protesters, when it comes to somebody protesting something that they are against, then we don't care about their lives. We can say, oh, this little 17-year-old hoodlum can cross fucking state lines with his mother to bring a gun to a protest, and he can get off scot-free without any charges, like not guilty on all the charges, not even the lesser ones. Like, this system is fucked up. Not that we didn't know it, and I'm not saying it as a, oh, I believe in the system. No, we know the system is fucking fucked up. Come through historian and despicable me. Hey, how are you? As somebody who is trying to practice abolition organizing, I definitely have room in my politics for hood justice, because at this point, when do we stop relying on formal tools of justice? Lena, let me tell you something. One of the most annoying things that I've been thinking about as I grow up, particularly as a queer person. Queer people, man, like when we are going through the world, when we navigating the world, particularly I'm talking about hood queer people. So speaking from a hood, motherfuckers got the smoke for the smallest shit. These hood niggas got the smoke for the smallest shit. They killing niggas for $20 crack rocks. They killing niggas for stealing one of their clients from them or serving one of their clients, robbing niggas on the corner just because you think he might got some money. They got the smoke for every motherfucking thing, but these motherfuckers that's wearing their ass out. Like y'all ain't and I'm not saying that everybody got it in them. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I don't think everybody got it in them to be like a murderer. But nigga, the ones that do, why y'all not getting these motherfuckers together? Why y'all not? Why is these motherfuckers that's getting off not getting handled? Y'all got smoke for everybody else, and y'all not handling motherfuckers. And as especially as a queer person who has been watching motherfuckers act tough and try to bully us and try to wear us out. Y'all got all this motherfucking smoke for LGBT folks, but y'all ain't doing like this. I'm talking about hood motherfuckers that out here doing the hood shit. Now I ain't talking, there's the respectable motherfuckers that just like, I ain't trying to go to prison for no dumb shit. Da, 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 da. But I'm talking about if you already out here in the hood and you out here robbing and killing motherfuckers and doing shit like that, why you ain't handling your motherfucking business? If y'all got to smoke for every motherfucking body else, but not motherfuckers that y'all should have to smoke for. I don't know, and I don't want to. I don't know. I be thinking that shit. Like in my mind, I be like, yo, y'all motherfuckers got to smoke for everybody else, but not the right motherfucker. Y'all planning every motherfucking thing, scheming and planning, but y'all ain't came up with how to get the motherfucker that's getting off. That's getting off on killing us. Y'all ain't taking these motherfucking trying to watch my words so I don't get demonetized. But these motherfuckers that's taking us out, you ain't planning to take them out. Not just the people getting off, but the enforcers, child. Y'all ain't getting them, setting their ass up, doing what y'all need to do. Y'all need to, child, y'all need to refocus, my niggas. I also remember the thing about the two men who were in prison for 55 years for killing Michael were released this weekend and found innocent. Thank you for the info. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. I didn't read. I wasn't paying attention to this comment, but yeah, I mentioned them. First Supreme Court Justice Jay went on to become governor of New York and abolish slavery in the state of New York in 1979. I think it's because their killings are an act of selflessness. And so is there an act of let me make sure I'm reading this right. I think it's because their killings are an act of selflessness. And so is their act of self-preservation. They aren't in it for anyone but themselves. Well, I don't know. What about the people recruiting for gangs? Like they were killing people for no reason, just to get into the gang. Y'all got that kind of power where you having these motherfuckers you see what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It just seems like it is never focused. The it's never focused. That those kind of bad people, even when they're working as a group, not just that one person doing something bad. When they're working as a group, like in gangs and in cliques and in groups of dope boys that work together, they never doing. It just feel like they should have more of a focus in other places too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking. I'm expecting some type of integrity from people who don't have integrity. Um, I love the story of Ona Judge, Hey Key, and Carrie. Self-defense, sorry for that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not surprised by this, but it's quite interesting. Mm, yeah, I'm not surprised, but I went on a date. I got clocked. I'm feeling so discouraged. At this point, I feel I've never lived the life I truly want. We won't see trans acceptance in me or our lifetime. When you say I got clocked, you got clocked by your date or by people while you were on the date? I hope everyone is taking time for rest. I have not been able to rest this week. I have had this is transgender awareness week, so I have had a lot of my date clocked my tea. Hmm. But I suggest to stop going on dates with people who don't know your tea. That's what I would suggest. Did you listen to my story, Meeting the Man of My Dreams? You should listen to that story. That was the result of me going on a date with somebody who didn't know my tea. And in that story, I learned a lesson. And you should listen to it. You should watch it. He said it was obvious as soon as he saw me. So yeah, you can't go on dates with people who don't know your tea because it puts you in a very vulnerable situation that you can avoid. I think they feel like killing a white person will definitely put them in prison. But they're going to prison anyway for killing, selling drugs, and getting set up. They're taking the risk of going. So I can't accept that as a exit and acceptable excuse for them. But I understand. But yes, dating. I don't know. I stopped going on dates with people who didn't know my tea after that. That was a lesson learned. Transgender student attacked at Pebblebrook High School. I'll be talking about that on Marsha's Plate next week. You could get away with it since everybody wearing masks or whatnot. Y'all wearing masks on a date? Take a more plausible risk. Yes. Can we? That's really what I'm trying to say. I'm like, everybody got the smoke for everything else. And then like think about it and think about I don't know. It's hard for me to I haven't really navigated through it, but it's just me frustrated trying to find some kind of solution. It just they I feel like they are so emboldened, and I feel like some of the reason why they're emboldened is because our response is so controlled, and it's hard. I know it's hard for me to say that because you got the riots and shit happening, but even that is like a even that like usually when we riot, I don't want to say all the time, but we're not tearing up they shit. We're tearing up where we are. Um, and so it kind of can affect our neighborhoods or whatever. But when these motherfuckers do shit, bitch, they storm the fucking Capitol. Do you see the difference in emboldened that they have? And I know the difference is, privilege, but I don't know. I just want to be more strategic and less I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm it almost feels like I'm blaming black people, but I don't even want to do that at all. But I wanted to but I'm just kind of talking through it. I haven't really yeah, I'm just talking through it. So don't judge me, please. It's just I want I just I'm a blood for blood type of bitch, and I want us to get more whoever got that in them, bring it on out. I would love to start sniping these motherfuckers. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like these motherfuckers that run up on you. It's because they ain't got popped in their mouth enough. If these motherfuckers got popped in their mouth enough, they running up on your car, holding your car. Yeah, I know y'all done seen these videos where these white women is coming up to your car and stopping you and no, I'm not gonna allow you to leave. You something. They just are so emboldened. And I don't, when I was growing up, and it might be where I'm at, because I felt different when I moved to the South. Where I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana. And where I was growing up, white people were scared of you. Like white people didn't come up and say anything to black people. I never seen white people come up on black people and be like where I'm from, because they knew we will bash your motherfucking ass. That's just how growing up, white people were scary. They did not, they were had to be slick about it. They had to go snitch, they'll go somewhere and call the police. All the shit that I'm seeing, like them coming up and being aggressive. I didn't see that growing up. I didn't get that until I moved to Mississippi. When I moved to Mississippi, the white people in Mississippi were way more aggressive and bold and emboldened by in their conversation calling you boy and gal and uh demeaning things. Um they just didn't have they just in Mississippi they had a little bit more aggression when it comes to their racism. They were just more emboldened. They didn't mind their little flags. They didn't mind, their little Confederate flags. They just was much more emboldened than what I was used to growing up. And so and I think now these motherfuckers are getting emboldened and I feel like I don't know, it just feels I know me. I can't wait till I'm in a situation where a bitch is coming up wearing me out because I'm popping her. I know I'm popping her. Just how I feel. Like maybe previously I wouldn't have popped. I would be like, girl, calm down, da 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 da. But because of how I'm thinking about these motherfuckers in recent years, you ain't about to come up to me and act like you some tough ass bitch because I'm gonna bash you. Yeah, I just feel like they fucking me up. That Karen Kyle experience. Yes, it just did happen where I was from. That the Karens, they will sneak and do things. They won't. It wouldn't be this coming in your face and all that shit. Mm-mm. I saw the Confederate flag in Mission. Yeah, I didn't see a Confederate flag until I moved to Mississippi. Not saying that no, that's not at all saying that there weren't races in Indiana. That was the home of the second coming of the Ku Klux Klan. So don't think that I think that there weren't races. But in urban Indianapolis, where I grew up, white people had a way to engage with us, and it wasn't fucking like I'm seeing in these videos. I've never saw that. I just never saw that. It never like I never was called a nigger until the first time I ever been called a nigger where I could hear it with my own ears like, "Oh my god." was shit. When I went to Chicago on a train, I was with um I was with Bear TV and some other people. It was a group of us, and it was Christmas time, and we were on the train, and we were all singing Christmas carols with this bum that was on the train, and we were singing all these Christmas songs loud and happy because we were coming from the club, and we were all drunk, and we were all in a happy ass mood. And so this bum was on the train, and he started singing with us. And so it's like 6 people on a train singing Christmas songs with black people, having fun, laughing. And I guess we were annoying the person. And so when we got off the train, he yelled out the window, "Shut up, niggers." And that was the first time I have been called a nigger and I hear it with my ears. Of course, somebody on the phone, somebody shit like that. Like I remember I was when I was escorting and I had went to Boston. Boston's notoriously racist. I had I remember the Boston bus they were trying to integrate schools, the bus system. And that was a whole big racist thing. Do some research on that. um but what was I about to say? Oh yeah, I was in Boston. I was escorting, and I told this client that I told him my rate, and my rate was like 250, 300, somewhere around there. Um, and he was like, 250, $300. The girls, you clearly not from here. The girls here charge $100. And I say, well, then go to the girls that you've been going to, because if you want to see me, the new girl that's not always here, my rate is $250, $300. And he was like, "You niggers," and called me a nigger on the phone. So I've heard it on the phone, but that was the first time I heard it like in my earshot. Nobody has ever in my face called me the N-word. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. You can feel it. You can feel that they want to call you it. I've had somebody so angry that you can see it. They want to call you the N-word hard R. Ooh, so bad. But hey Diamond, I just getting in from my first live performance with a band and drums. Word, come on. I love that. How was it? So I never had that experience up north. It just was a whole different thing for me. I think I might have heard of Sinister, You People. Yeah, it's very that. Did you watch the Nipplegate documentary about Janet Jackson? I have not. I have not. Was there anything new about it? Where is it on? Is it on Hulu, Netflix? What is it? I've never experienced being called the N word in my life. Yeah, I've heard it. I've been called it on the phone, but not in my face. I live in Chicago now, and that's not surprising, especially on the train. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time. But he waited till the train was moving, baby, moving and scooting along, and yelled it out the window. See, that's the kind of white people I know. Those kind of scary ones that do sneaky stuff. They want because they know, you know, some of us don't play. Amazing. It was a cipher with live band, live stream production. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm glad you had a good time. Congrats on the first time busting your cherry. Right. He didn't want those problems. Right. Not at all, child. Those are the type of whites I know. And they're just getting so emboldened. And so I just feel like we should start pulling out the chopper and bashing. It's on Hulu. Not really my new tea, but they interviewed a bunch of people behind the scenes. Oh, I would love to watch that. I got a couple of things I love to watch. But yeah, this week has been I was going to tell y'all about rest. This week is Trans Awareness Week, and for anybody who is working in the work of activism or nonprofit or social justice, y'all know this week everybody is scrambling to do their performative events that includes trans people. And so this is a very lucrative week because I made a ton of money this week. Um, but they want you to be on panels. They want you to be a keynote speaker. They want you to be, do workshops and do trainings and all that kind of stuff. So this whole week, every single day has been an event. One of the good ones, one of the really, really good ones is I got to do a workshop and a panel, for University of San Diego with Brianna Jenkins. She just commented in here. Brianna Jenkins, Tuck Tuck Woodstock. I think that's his last name. And Zay, who has been on the on the show too. All of them, other than Tuck, have been on the show. And we talked about podcasting. We talked about being content creators and how we are centering our narrative. And it was just so good. The people were like, oh my God, this is some of the best content that we have had at our school. They said y'all were so real and honest, and we haven't had this type of conversation happen at University of San Diego because it can be really, really, white and respectable. And so yeah, it was a really, really great experience. And it was quite a little ironically sentimental for me because the school is my biological father's alma mater. And so y'all know he's a transphobe. So it was kind of cool to be stunting at his school. And being paid to speak there and be a part of organizing trans content at his school. So that was fucking cool as fuck for me. I have had a lot of fucking cool things happen in regards to that. What else? What other one? Oh, I did this amazing one for G Works, which is an organization, a LGBT organization out of London. And we had a great conversation. And that was good money. And what else? So I haven't really been, and because I've been doing things for United States organizations and the UK organizations, they're at a different time zone. So a lot of times their events are late. Well, what I consider late or really, really early for me, because the time that they're having them are like just crazy times for me. And so, time you're going international. Yay! I've been kind of international though. Just not in Europe. I've been on programs all over Africa and stuff. What? No, this would be my second one in the UK. But yeah, it's been pretty busy, so I haven't been really sleeping. I've been sleeping well. I've been getting little naps here and there, little, 3 hours. But once Monday hit, baby, really Sunday night, child, I got one more event. Let me look at my schedule. I got one more event on Sunday that I'm gonna go to. Now that isn't really work, but I feel like it's always work. How you planning to rest over the weekend? Not over the weekend. I'm gonna rest Monday and Tuesday because those are the days that I don't have. Usually Monday and Tuesdays are my free days. And I plan on just fucking sleeping. So yes, sleeping, Monday and Tuesday, and then it's Thanksgiving, honey. Probably go over to Ty's house and hang out. If I even feel that, child, I'd be wanting to sleep, child. um, but yeah, but that's what my plans are, and this will be actually the first time that I'll have a This next 2 week is really when I'm gonna be really needing my rest. This will be the first Thanksgiving without my mother. Her birthday is on December the 4th. So this will be the first birthday, her birthday without my mother. So these next 2 weeks are going to be kind of tough for me in regards to mental health. So I'm trying to get my rest before they start. If you are in the Washington D.C. area, um, I'll be in DC for the International LGBT Leadership Conference, led by the amazing former mayor here in Houston, Anise Parker. She is the president of that organization, and they um, we will be in DC. Um, so I'll be in DC for from the 30th to the 5th. So hopefully, that will be a great experience. What else is happening? And then what else? What else? What else? Oh, and then I'm gonna try, not try. I'm going to make it happen because I've been working. I'm going to try to go on vacation for Christmas, which is probably why I probably make sure I don't skip coming over there, Ty, because I'm not going to be here for Christmas. I want to be in someplace exotic, darling. Someplace exotic, someplace on a beach with my titties and ass out for Christmas, because this also will be the first Christmas um, without my mom, and it's the anniversary of her death. She passed away on December the 18th of last year. So all of this December month is about to be a whole different kind of mental health shift um, for me, one that I'm not used to. Um, because usually around this time, this is my family friends time. I'm really intentional about spending time with my family and friends, and it's still going to be that way, but the family part is really shifting. So my little brother lives in LA now. He doesn't live in um any one of my like areas that I'm used to being at. But he lives in LA. So I have to figure out how I'm going to see him. And then I'm back talking to my middle brother. And so I'm not going to see him because he has a wedding in February around my birthday, and they are having a wedding in Jamaica. So I'm using that time and money to go to Jamaica for his wedding. So I'll see him then. I won't see him during the holidays. Um but yes. That's what I got going on. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see what y'all was talking about. Though I was worried he was gonna come after me. What do you talk about, Jesse? Who's gonna come after you? I want um I'm also starting to I'm about to start recording professionally my album. So I have gotten a list of songs that I want to work on, and I have so I'm trying to get my album together because y'all know I have my book coming out in the spring, and I want to have my album come out in the fall of 2020 because those are my dreams. My dream is to have. I've from for since I was 30. My dream was to have a book of stories, some type of book that I wrote, and an album of original music, and and my podcast. Well, podcast came later, but some type of reoccurring show. Oh, gotcha. Hmm. How would you envision or describe the sound mood of your album? Wow. So me and Ty sat down one night and made a list of all my original songs, and I had like 20. And I had like 20 songs. I thought that I was worried about I don't have 5 songs, but I actually do. I just didn't think I hadn't been thinking about all the songs that I have created. But when we sat down and wrote them all out, because Ty is like my when I have a song idea, I run it past her because she's a badass rapper. She's musically inclined, where she has an ear to music. So I like running it past her because she be like, she'll tell me her thoughts and what she thinks. So I like running music by her, and so she's have heard all of the music and all of the songs. So we made a list, and it's not I'm trying to think of a theme. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know. I can't really give a vibe. There's some songs that are like rock. There's some songs that are like R&B. There's song because of my voice, it's always gonna give you R&B, but let me see. It's always gonna give something, man.